Hello, my name is Smithy and welcome back to another video. Today is a pretty exciting day in the Old School RuneScape community, as it is the first time we are seeing the new skill pitch for what new skill is going to be added to the game. Now, if you're not up to speed with what's going on with Old School at the moment, a few months ago, about a month or two ago, or actually at the Winter Summit, the JMods pitched the idea of a new skill to the community. Now, there's been a couple of phases already of kind of working out what that new skill could be and how it's going to look, how it can fit into the game, the rewards, how it works with the current ecosystem of the game as well. And today, they're pitching 3 ideas that have either been community driven or they've been ideas that have been expanded upon in the past, for example, sailing. So today, sailing, taming, and shamanism are the 3 ideas for skills that are being pitched. Now, I've not gone through this blog post at all. There's even a video. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down, we're going to watch that video together and then go through the blog post. I'm going to give kind of my ideas, my thoughts on what I think of what they're pitching. I am very, very interested to see what this video is, what's in the blog. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Okay, 12 minute 55. Let's hit play.
Hey everyone.
Let's go
hey
through.
everyone.
Hello.
Hey everyone. Today, we're going to take you through
3 completely different skill pitches.
Okay. Skill pitch 1. Let's see what this is.
I'm Madalena, and I'm here to tell you about a pitch that every player who loves animals has been waiting for.
Okay.
Have you ever wandered around Gillianor and looked at a strong bear or a cunning wolf and wished it could help you on your adventures? Or perhaps
I'm
you
listening.
simply wanted to
I'm
care
listening.
for a cuddly little chinchompa instead of using it as an explosive projectile to destroy your enemies? Well, maybe now you can do just that. So settle down, grab a blanket, and listen to our most wholesome...
Now, there was a lot of discussion around kind of a... I don't want to say breeding, that's probably the wrong word, but looking after animals like horses and things like that and raising them. So to me, this is already sounding like it's around that kind of vein. So let's keep going. Taming, okay.
Taming is a utility skill, all about discovering new and existing creatures around the world and taming them into friendly companions. If you earn their trust and take care of them, in return, they'll aid you on your...
The idea of having a little pig running around with you, I love that. Just, you're just rocking around the wilderness, just a little pig. You're like, you alright, mate? And he's like, yeah, you're right, mate. Get him, and you like send a pig on someone.
You can utilize their unique abilities to interact with the world in entirely new ways and deepen your bond with your animal companions by training and...
So does that mean I can use like pig shit to do compost? Because that would be pretty cool.
First, let's address the elephant.
Shit on that herb for me, pig.
This is not summoning. For those of you who
just
remember
gonna
the
shit all over your herbs. Compost.
The similarities only go as far as having a companion which can aid you with various different types of content.
Now, question. I'm sure they'll address it, but I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to put it forward now. Does that mean that pets will get some sort of use? Because right now, pets love pets in the game, but they just follow you about, and make you look like a Chad. Now, are we going to be able to use pets as well, or is this going to be something completely different? That's my thought process at the moment.
Across the game, while summoning's gameplay loop behaved like a mix of rune crafting and Slayer, and required players to collect charms, taming will instead bring the long-term bond between you and your companions to the forefront with an involved taming process. Taming will require study and knowledge of creatures and their behaviors, provide an in-depth animal care and well-being system, and even the capability to level up your companion as you help teach them new abilities.
That would be pretty cool. Now, if you have a bear, for example, can you use it in combat? Probably not in PvP, but if you had a bear, can I train it up, armor it, and then send it into battle with me on like a Slayer task? Because that would be sick. I guess it would work similar to Thralls, right? Where you've got this other entity that can also deal damage. But then would your tamed animal have health as well? Because Thralls disappear. From the abilities
it possesses, to the food it likes, or even the type of environment it wants to live and work in. Each creature has its own quirks, habits, and desires, just like real pets. As
Now,
a
I wonder if
result,
that's
taming
different
has a
per
lot of potential
on
to
the
interact
same
with
breed
other
as well. So
skills.
again, like a
Learning
bear
to prepare the perfect
has
food,
different
crafting the perfect toy, or even
characteristics
constructing
bear
the
to bear.
perfect house for
So
them
one
to
bear
live
will be
in.
different to
Once
another.
you've tamed your companion, the fastest way to train it will be by testing its mettle at dedicated taming activities around the world. Some companions may find joy in running specific obstacle courses. Others may find the sense of danger thrilling and would want to navigate elaborate mazes and traverse dangerous
Oh god,
dungeons.
not more mazes.
Some may just want the cozy bonding time from playing good old fetch. Now, let's talk about why you'd want to tame a companion.
Yep, that's a
The
good
biggest
point.
benefit to doing so is gaining access to all of the things that companions can do which you cannot. Fangs, fins, gills, wings, these are all attributes that companions can have. A well-trained companion can utilize some of these to help you by unlocking access to new areas
Oi,
or helping
is
with existing
that
combat.
hog nicking my
As a
bloody
reward from the
herbs?
skill,
What's going on
taming would
there?
naturally provide access to a whole series of content updates that only the most dedicated of tamers can handle. Lastly, here's what will happen if you vote for taming to advance to the refinement stage. The biggest unknown for us is what kind of perks you'd like to see and how strong they should be.
Combat.
How involved would you like
I'm
to
not
be
really
in
interested
caring
in
for
like
your
doing
companion's
mazes with like a
needs?
rabbit or
How
something.
do
That seems a bit.
existing pets fit alongside the system? We want to explore how, if
There
at
you go.
all,
There,
you'd
they're
like
good.
for
They
these
brought up
companions
pets.
to work in combat. We'd also like to work with you all to decide what kinds of content should be included in the release, such as pet sanctuaries where you store companions, a creature catalog for documenting information.
Now, if they're gonna pose this, now I can already see the biggest question is, are we getting mounts? Because riding about Gillinor on a fucking horse, sign me up for that. But I don't know, dicking about doing little mazes and
Training
that with them.
activities you'd like
Obviously,
your
it's gonna be
companions
more
to
than
have,
that, but
player versus player creature fights,
that would
or
be
even
cool.
a companion-only boss encounter, or
And I guess
raid.
they've already got
The
animals
possibilities
fighting each
really
other with
are
the
endless.
rat pits.
Do you want to add some
So that
quality
mechanic's
of
already
life
there.
features to existing content? Or are you looking to find the good
And also, this is just gonna there's gonna be old school RuneScape cockfighting, underground fighting rings of people fighting animals for real money. I can already see that
and
happening.
take care of them? Or do you simply want to try your hand at
People
taming
betting
them all?
on fucking animals to
If
fight.
so, in the upcoming poll,
Oh.
vote yes to taming.
Okay, right. Before we get on to the next one, I'm going to read through the blog post on that taming thing. Okay, so here's the blog post on taming. Core game loot: domesticate a creature in the open world. Care for it by providing food and a home and enriching activities. Content. This is all to grant you access to new tameable creatures. Training an animal companion will increase its level, meaning that its abilities are... My only thing is, it doesn't really sound like it's gonna build on anything. I mean, I'm sure it will. I'm sure they'll have certain things, but it just sounds like you're not training up your account. You're training up this animal that you've been forced to care for. Like you can see here, you get training a wolf agility. Like you train this. Is that preparing food for that little monkey dude that's chilling there? This could be some sort of hunter thing, but with a pig. Reward space. Command's abilities let you interact with the world. Fangs, Fills, Guild. These. Okay. Summary. Taming is the utility skill. Lets you seek out creatures to tame. Over time, you'll be able to unique bond with you. Okay. All right. It's pretty much gone what was in the video. Taming skill. At the moment, 5 out of 10. It sounds cool, but I don't really see it fitting into the rest of the game yet. Anyway, skill 2. Let's have a look. Okay, pitch 2.
Hey,
Hello.
I'm Mod Husky, and today I'm going to talk to you about our most surprising skill pitch. A skill pitch that none of you have seen coming, and is sure
It's
to
gonna be
catch the
sailing, isn't it?
community by surprise. This is a skill that will allow you to meticulously travel parts of Gillinor
Sailing,
that
yeah.
you are
See,
currently
this is the-
unable to access.
Sailing is
to
the
explore
one that I
new and
was
exciting content across the
100%
game world,
behind. I think
and
it's
learn
got
to
so much
overcome
possibility.
one of the greatest forces
so much
of nature
potential.
in the world. Of course, you all know what this pitch is by now. Let's talk about sailing.
Yep.
Join us on this adventure.
I'm so
and
hyped
acquire
for
a ship
sailing,
to
man.
Take to the seas.
Sailing
Master the art of
sounds
sailing
so
and
fucking
explore the
cool.
world in a brand new way, setting foot on new islands and
Now, before we go into it, like I can see sailing as being such a massive thing for a rough idea of that dungeoneering skill that was in, you know, later versions of RuneScape. It could even be like the islands that you go to. There's a potential raid 4 somewhere along the lines, and you need to develop up your sailing to actually get there. Slayer tasks as well. Weird resources that you can't get on mainland and all that fun stuff. I just think there's out of all the ones that I saw pre this video coming out, it was the one that opens up the world most, adds more possibility in there. Yeah. And there's already boats in the game as well. I mean, fuck me.
Hazardous waters.
And also, if you can build up your boat as well, like you get to fully customize it, obviously within reason. Not going to put a Gatling gun on the fucking front of it, but yeah, it just
storms and sea monster attacks.
Excites me a lot.
Whether you're an adventurer uncovering new places to explore, a fisherman catching fish only available far out
That's a good
at
idea.
sea, or a pirate venturing into dangerous waters, looking to sink every ship in sight to plunder treasure.
And there could be a whole PvP thing as well.
Or
Just
even
saying,
a courier
fighting
looking
ships.
to move goods from A to B for a price, of course. Sailing has something to offer for everyone looking to spend their time out at sea. So acquire a vessel, set forth, and experience Gilliler from a fresh and salty new perspective. Jokes aside, though, this has been the most suggested skill pitch from the community, and one you have all been
Rightly
the most
so.
vocal
It just
about
opens
wanting
up so
in some
there's so
form
much
or another.
there's so much dead space on the map with water, and there's so many opportunities to put different weird and wonderful shit just out in the sea somewhere. And you think that kind of first month of that sailing coming out, the discovery element, because no one's going to know what's fucking anywhere unless, you know, they no life it for 7 days and discover everything. But you know what I mean? It just sounds so cool, man.
Now, to you veterans of the community, you've been here before. The Old School team pitched sailing as the first new skill back in 2015.
Was it an April
But
Fool's
let's make
though?
it abundantly clear that this is not the same skill it was back then. It's been revamped,
Good.
remastered,
Good.
and re-envisioned.
Good.
Thanks to input from various pillars of the community, and also your responses in the survey. Let's take a look and dive into how sailing can work in Old School RuneScape. First up, you'll have to make your way to a port and acquire a ship, whether it be a standard ship, a Viking longboat,
Now, can you
or even a
use
dwarf.
now because you buy that? Oh, but then again, the boat you buy in Dragon Slayer 1 gets pretty fucked up. So ignore that.
Steamboat. The method of
A
acquisition
steamboat?
is up
Hell
to you.
yeah!
Whether you buy one, borrow one, steal one, or build one for
Steal
yourself.
one?
Once you
Good
have
job
a
I'm
ship,
working on
you can
99 thieving
navigate
at the
the
moment,
seas
isn't it?
and undertake a variety of activities, either self-imposed or directed from various NPCs at port. This is how we envision the bulk of XP being awarded. You
Sounds
could
good.
search for an elusive sea monster, seek out the best places to acquire rare fish,
Man,
undertake a series
add the
of sailing
Megalodon
time
to Old School
trials, or
RuneScape.
simply
Add the
bask in
Megalodon.
unrivaled thrill
Yes.
of sea exploration. With the sailing skill release, our goal is to really make it feel like a fully fledged sea expansion, which functions as its
Yes.
own biome with a whole bunch of new, interesting, and dynamic content.
And now it would be cool if it was instant, not necessarily instance based, but you know, with like temple trekking, where I know there's only like a set few things that you can encounter through that, but more of a pool of different scenarios that you can encounter. And I guess the other thing is, would you be able to do it with your pals, or you know, if you're an Iron Man, would you have to do it on your Todd? There's that element as well, because adding more stuff where you can actually play with people. I know Iron Man, oh, you're meant to be doing it on your own, but yeah, you're doing everything on your own, but it still gets fucking boring when you can't go and play with your mates or do an activity with them, like God Wars, for example. So that's another idea of, can you do this in groups, even if, and don't someone just go, oh, but make a group Iron Man. No. I'm talking about single Iron Man here. Are you able to interact with this with other players if you're not? And I guess utilising that friend chat that you use for raids, right? Maybe that could be, that's how you establish your party, in inverted commas. Yeah, that's another
Not
thought.
just the copy-pasted sea texture that it currently is. If this has whet your appetite for the high seas,
Very much.
next I'd like to talk about what you can expect should you vote for sailing to advance to the refinement stage. First and foremost is navigation at sea. We definitely want to be more ambitious than the Bon Voyage quest, and there are a number of possibilities we could go with, from click to move, WASD keys, or setting your direction on interface, or perhaps something else entirely. Additionally, how large or small should the ships be? Are you the ship, or are you on a ship? And what level of customization should a ship have?
So, like, for that navigation thing, I don't think WASD would probably work, and that would be absolute shite on mobile as well. I like the idea of clicking where you go, but imagine if you're doing like a across the world voyage. Are you really going to want to be clicking and fucking dicking about with that? Maybe you get the option of once you get to a certain area, so you open up the map, you set, all right, sail to here, and then you're in like the instance of that area, then you can kind of click to move yourself around. And on the point of, are you the individual on the ship, or maybe there's an aspect that you can go on to the ship view, like on what's it called? The fishing trawler, that's the one. Maybe if once you get to that instance, that kind of section of the map that you've targeted, it then goes to that view, and then you can go back to the wheel and re-navigate where you want to go. Especially if we're going to add in some fighting aspects, because you're going to need to be running around your ship, firing certain cannons, putting out fires, repairing shit. And I guess in that sense as well, can we have some sort of storage on the ship, obviously to collect loot and stick it in there? And it's like a raids coffer thing, not coffer, but you know what I mean. The raids storage that you can put so much in there, but then you have to take it out. It's not an actual bank. And can you have certain storage to load up with planks and things and water buckets to repair your ship if you're getting shit on by a kraken, for example, or a dragon? Dragon Slayer 3. It's just out at sea. That rhymes. At sea is writing itself. But you see what I mean. I think it'd be cool that if you can set your destination on a map, you go there, then it becomes a real world thing that you're sitting on your boat, and then if you click on an island, for example, it docks you into there, and you then can go from there. I think that would be cool. And also, I guess that adds in for the aspect of fishing as well, because if you want to go out to a certain area that's got a good fishing spot, for example, you go there, set anchor, and then start fishing. And then you go back to your wheel, set a navigation, and fuck off. Just a thought.
Whether it's for flexing your sailing achievements or improving your ship's performance. And of course, what activities would...
And I think you can maybe have a repository of ships for different things as well. So you could have a fishing boat, a galleon for doing exploring, and it kind of, or maybe you have one boat and then you customize that boat. You build kind of like the player-owned house. You build utility spots on the boat for doing certain tasks, but it means that you have to set your ship up to go and do a fishing voyage or an exploration voyage or a battle voyage, that kind of thing. I think that would be quite cool, that you can actually gear up your boat to go and do a certain task.
You like to do it.
And also that could be a way of getting XP as well for configuring your boat, because you'd need to spend resources to build the certain thing. Like you'd need rope to build your fishing net, steel bars to build your cannon.
We've had a load of ideas to connect sailing with other skills just by asking, how would this work at sea? What could you farm?
Also, just seeing this picture here, if you could go and do like deep sea diving to actually give use to all the diving equipment that's in the game, that'd be sick. That would be really cool. And add more seaweed spots. That would be cool. You know, we've only got 2 at the moment. Why not throw in some more seaweeds? But I'm probably wrong on 2, but they're the only 2 I know of. More seaweed spots. You can grow more seaweeds and do seaweed runs on your boat. Oh, content.
Fish. What could you slay? What could you hunt? Could clues work at sea?
Hunting would be cool. You could add a whole hunt element or hunter element.
Prospect. Whether you're an explorer,
deep sea
a
diving
sailor,
kind of thing with like a
a
spear gun.
mercenary, a pirate, or a simple merchant, sailing has something to offer for everyone.
Yeah,
so
I
hop
agree.
on board and let us know in the upcoming poll if you'd like to take to the seas by voting yes to sailing.
So far, that's a 9 out of 10 for me. Right, I'm not going to look at the blog post again.
I'm Mod Light,
because they're
and
just going
I'm
through
excited to talk to you
everything anyway.
about our wildest skill pitch. This is a combination skill with both a gathering and production element to bring you something new, mysterious, and exciting. Get ready for Shamanism.
Shamanism. Interesting name pick.
You can study the mysterious power of nature and unlock the ability to perform rituals by gathering resources from nature and tapping into the spirit realm to infuse them, producing powerful items.
So to me at the moment, this sounds like that Arceus thing where you do what are they called? Where you bring ensouled heads back to life, then kill them. But with this, you do something like that, some sort of voodoo stuff, and then do a different activity instead of killing something. And it kind of seems like it's tying in with Way of the Forester as well in that aspect. I don't know. Let's keep
like
listening.
tikis, totems, and poultices, in addition to
Are we gonna have to? I can imagine me getting my first Bando's chest plate and just seeing that picture there, and then I'm just having to fucking sacrifice it to the spirit world. Oh, well, I mean that could be good for. I really don't like the idea of keep adding upgrades to already given armor. But I think if you could curse armor for a certain time to give buffs, I think that could be cool. If they're tying that in with this skill, that would be really sick. So you could add like some sort of buff to your weapon, like in like Skyrim where you can do the upgrades to the swords and stuff. You put certain weapon effects like fire damage or poison damage to your weapon. I mean, we've already got poison damage. You know what I mean? For a certain amount of time, that would be quite cool. But anyway, let's keep listening.
Your own equipment. Through mastering shamanism, you unlock your third eye and gain access to the spirit realm, a new area of the game to explore where you can commune with spirits. In the gathering part of shamanism, you'll collect
quick lump money into ghost speak amulets.
two different kinds of resources:
lump in
spiritual and natural. Natural resources come in two forms. Some resources you can forage across Gielinor, such as mushrooms, roots, bark, and leaves. Others can be harvested directly from creatures using a carving knife, such as taking bone marrow from a giant, the blood of a hellhound, or the spleen from a giant frog. Spiritual resources are harvested
lump money
from
into
the
spleen
spirit
coin.
realm.
Do it.
You can track down disturbed sites where the connection to the spirit realm is the strongest, and then reap the rewards. We know from your feedback that you didn't want to see another buyable production skill, and that's exactly why we've looked to incorporate gathering directly into shamanism. Our intention is
So I'm guessing then, saying that, everything that you gather for the... It just sounds like another herb lore with, a bit of fancy stuff. But it sounds like all of the resources that you use are going to be non-tradable, which, I don't know. I mean, for me, I don't give a shit because I'm mainly playing Iron Man, but I'm thinking for the quality of life,
Take the majority of resources.
But I just don't want to have stupid herb lore one.
This ensures a more interesting and exciting gameplay loop than simply buying the resources from the Grand Exchange and then standing at a bank to train the skill. Now,
That is a good point.
let's move on to production. Once you've gathered the natural and spiritual resources required, you'll have to perform a ritual to infuse the natural resources with the spiritual ones. To do so, you'll need to create and use a ritual circle. These can be drawn in most outdoor areas.
See, this seems like the idea for warding, how you use those pebble things or whatever they were called to create the thing to then make mage armor. And also, it puts me in mind of all of the League's teleports as well, where you draw the thing, and I guess the home teleport as well. But okay, let's keep listening.
The products of shamanism could include tikis, poultices, oils, incenses, idols, relics, totems,
a collection of quirky magical utility items,
I mean, it
and
sounds
even
cool.
enhancements to your existing equipment.
So there you
Now,
go.
you may be wondering how the spirit realm comes into this and what you could do there. For us, it's this twist that sets shamanism apart from other skills.
Okay.
The spirit realm is an alternate reality where spirits live.
Upside
and is the
down is
source
being
of
added
a
to Old
shaman's
School
power.
RuneScape.
Disturbed sites are closely linked to the spirit realm.
Add
and
Vecna as well, do
experienced
it.
shamans can use their
I mean, it'd be cool if, I can see possibilities for, like, in this world, you can have bosses and stuff that could be all corrupted and shit. That would be pretty cool. And you can only get certain upgrades to stuff from drops from those monsters.
understanding of it too.
Or you can only use certain certain I guess upgraded weapons on those as well, like the arc light on demons and stuff like that. You know, they work
move
better,
freely
more
between
than you just can't
As
hit it.
your shamanism level increases, you'll be able to access deeper parts of the spirit realm. And who knows what you'll find inside.
Raids
Now,
4!
let's wrap things up by talking about what's next for shamanism. If approved for refinement, we want to discuss with the community how shamanism can enhance existing equipment. It's a huge draw of the skill, but we need to know what you think.
I mean, they've already got like the cursing stuff from the big slug or what Phantom Musfa or whatever, slug, where it starts draining your prayer, for example. So I guess that's a kind of an example of something in the game already that could be built upon, if that makes sense, but from a player's perspective rather than a monster cursing you. I don't know. I'm not sold yet.
Should
I'm not sold
enhancements
yet.
be permanent or temporary?
I think temporary,
be
otherwise you're just
visible
going
to
to
other
have
players?
cracked weapons. And
What can you enhance?
what's the point in
How
training
many
it anymore if
enhancements
you've
should there
already
be,
built
and
up your weapon,
what
right?
kinds of benefits should they provide? We'd also like to talk about the specifics of the gathering side of the skill, such as how intensive it is and how many different training methods we should include. So, whether you simply want to train another gathering-like skill, whether you're excited about the prospect of enhancing your own equipment, or you're just interested in exploring the powers of nature and the spirit realm, in the upcoming poll, vote yes to shamanism.
Okay. Right, so the poll comes out 4th of April. I guess closing thought. I mean, there's a lot to take in here. I guess that's the point of this video, right? To give my thoughts on it. I think at the moment, I mean, I'm probably a little bit biased because I was already pretty on board, pardon the pun, with sailing. Shamanism sounds cool. There's a lot of potential there as well. Taming, I don't know. I think compared to the other ones, it's definitely third on my list. I think we need some more information about shamanism, because to me it just sounds like another herbalore, and then you go and do some shit with it rather than you make a pot and just sip it and all the fun stuff that herbalore gives. But I don't know. Is this new world that you can get to, like the spiritual realm, is there going to be some sort of cool exploration element to it? What I mean, at the moment it's so open-ended, right? It's so open-ended of what it all means. What do the numbers mean, Mason? What do they mean? Taming, I think, I don't know, it just sounds a little bit lame. I don't want to say lame, that's horrible, but it just, I don't know, that one was the one that gripped me the least. I guess having underground cockfighting rings with bears against, I don't know, a chicken, that'd be quite funny. But I think with that shamanism one, the quirk of it could kind of, I don't know, wear out quite quickly. I think sailing has the most potential to encompass a lot more, and has some longevity to it. But I guess it would mean they need to start expanding the map more. Yeah. Right now, third, Taming. Second, I nearly said fourth. Second, Shamanism. And first is Sailing for me. Now, I'll be interested to hear what you guys think. Apologies for this video being really long. I mean, there's a lot to, go through and give insight on and my thoughts and that. But I'm really interested to see what you guys think in the comment section. I want this to be kind of an open discussion, and maybe I put this video up and then maybe in like a week or so, I post another video going through what you guys think. And maybe we expand upon it. And if you want to talk about it over on the Discord as well, that's a really cool way that we can, talk about the topic. So if you want to join that, link is in the description down below. But this is definitely, something that we're not going to be rushing into as a community. We're going to want some questions answered and some more info around each thing. But yeah, look forward to discussing with you. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you all in another video. Bye.